So thulashi007 against Majesticals. So the plan is to knight I just thought about it in a way that like chess is like the same all the time. Then why don't I play c5? I just got b interesting, but we're also playing these. So it's like let's do a symmetrical variation. Let's do some sort of e4 symmetrical variation. I have a game where I did d4. I did e4 but d4 variation. Just fun. So I'm just saying, let's just do a symmetrical variation. Like a 3 knights variation. Actually, this is the best game to play. My game was based on e4 c5. So it's like I just like go like this. E4 c5. And then what actually to make it symmetrical, I think that's the play. So then I'm c5. Knight takes. Because if they take, they lose. So then also something like e4. I don't want to take e4. So if I put a queen, d4, knight takes, knight takes, e4 instead. So then, why don't we do a Petrov's defense? So if we play the left hand knight, they take. We can then play a right hand knight. They take a pawn and a knight, and then we take, activating the queen and the bishop. So we have a knight, queen, bishop, and then there's just a heavier attack, but we lose a knight. So why don't we do that? I just figured the original plan was we hope they take a pawn. Knight takes pawn. So then let's just play a symmetrical variation. And I just do this. They still have a chance to blunder. So then, for example, I'm expecting the knight to come out, and then I play a knight, and then it's like chess theory. What did I learn from chess theory? I just learned that it's just an equal game. Like, because like someone would have pointed it out, like this is the move you spam. Like somebody was like, you spam this nonstop, it always wins because there must be like best moves and stuff. So then I was like, chess theory, everything is just even. Like, so then I didn't expect this. So I was like, it doesn't really make sense because you lose two tempos. So that it's like, what can we do here? And then the knight could come, but then if they play a bishop, like all these things, we don't want to put a. I was basically thinking like queen, and then bishop, and then knight, and then once they take here, the bishop is looking at a pawn. If they castle and thing, then I would checkmate really hard. So it's like, why doesn't the queen just come here? And then I just thought about it. Rustic is just like the only way. Like it's like I'm losing in chess because, for example, the guiding principles. I didn't castle in this game. Like, oh, I lost because I didn't castle. Like that is all. Like, so I'm like, it's like getting right to play. Let's just do guiding principles. It's just gotta be knight or bishop e7. So then I started thinking it's not a terrible that idea to put a queen and then put a knight here takes, bishop takes as a checkmate. But then later, as we play through the game, you realize like I catch myself. So here's I just catch myself. Like, so then the bishop comes out before we push the pawn generally. So a bishop here was It's almost like a queen's. It's basically a queen's pawn variation. So I did this. It could have been fine to do knight, but yeah, this is really masterful. You know, because if I play a knight, they just defend instead of putting the bishop. Because if I play a knight, hoping to take this pawn, knight. So this is really good. E4, E5, knight f3, knight c6, G3, bishop c5. So yeah, it's interesting. Like for example, bishop e7 would just be so fine. Like that's why we just play chess. I was thinking about it. Like so then, I'm saying to this opponent like you lost 2 tempos. So what do we know? We can jump the knight, capture, but then some sort of pawn push. So I'm reserving myself. I just simply understand that I haven't played chess in a while, so I'm playing really systematically. So just a knight, hoping they castle, for example. Then even if they, it's just like this all makes sense here. I just hope they castle. So they play this knight, and it completely threw me off. I was like, oh, totally didn't know that. But yeah, I maybe like a pawn push. Maybe it wouldn't take a pawn. Maybe it was like d5 here. Yeah, it's probably d5 here. Okay, that makes sense. So then we have this, and then I didn't know they had that piece. But then it's still the idea that like d5 takes. If they jump a knight into a pawn, unleashing an attack, then I have queen here. So everything looks good here. d5. But then what's so simple about this? I can just play another match of chess because then next time I play, I'll do like d6 and then be like knight jump here takes knight and then like it's just so yeah. Someone said there are like crazy amount of more chess positions than atoms and particles in the world. I actually agree. I agree. Next time I'll just play it even more safe. But then here, you can see my thinking. It's like I really want them to back their own bishop with a pawn. I'm trying to say like I have two extra tempos. So my bishop is here. So here, and I follow through the plan here. All I know is a knight jumps into a pawn, which is just so crazily different. I look at knights like this. So yeah, it's just like there is more particles though. So then, for example, I'm hoping they do beginner blunders. Someone somewhere won't walk and sleep, you know. So why is the idea that I can pin and then push, you know, pin this knight here. If they take, then I take here. Like I played it through. Something as simple as pinning a knight and then attacking, and then maybe if I pin here, oh, I pin here. Let's say they castle. If I do end up pushing here, I just think there's like some sort of double attack. If I take, it's like all this stuff. So then here, it's just like apparently the answer for me is probably castle. Like so simple. So yeah, stuff like that. So I'm now like, what if I? So there's no longer pin, but something as simple as pin a knight to a queen. Let's see, take. Oh wait, takes. Yeah, I don't know. Thing about chess is you can't win too fast. You can't win too easily. So they castled. Apparently, I should just castle because after e4 they have a rook. I would have to play a bishop or double extend my pawn. So something like that. Just guiding principles. And I do this. Now I can't actually take the knight. So it's like that's my playing style too. I just always forward and attack, but then I'm being like, this chess has gotten harder. So it's like maybe I could have played it's maybe a bishop. But anyway, like what do we know from this? We probably don't like this position all this much. Like even if they jump this way here. Yeah. So I was beat just somewhere early, just playing with different tricks and traps. So then I just had to do this. I still can't take. Oh, I probably should have cast. Yeah. But so the opponent goes here. Now all I know is like for safety reasons, if a knight jumps into a pawn, the weakness is their strength. Their weakness is that their pieces are too valuable. So then I castle because a knight takes pawn, attacking a queen. I don't have to recapture. I just have to defend the piece it's attacked. So I just have to place it on decent. So I can play castle because it's knight takes pawn. If they did bishop takes pawn, yeah, so something like that. So let's see my time. Yeah, like just making sure. So now they push up, and I was thinking about this. Bishop attacking the rook. The rook must leave. So it goes here, and I just place the bishop here. But then, like maybe they have a d6. There's no plan. Oh, maybe they had just a pawn up. I place it here. I don't know, but you can see my thinking in this. I was thinking of bishop here. So, I didn't think about this. So what was the confusion? It was just this. Even though it's like really bad for them to do minor piece takes pawn. I do have queen here. But then I just make sure. Because next I'm going to push this. But then the only thing I have to think about is a double pawn push. So if I go here, they go here, then everything is safe. So I just figured rook e8. I took a lot of time on this. Attack the rook here, they must move here. Or they don't. Bishop, pawn attacking a queen. Queen retreats. It's still minor piece takes pawn. So yeah, you can see my thinking is very like minimized. But I go with rook e8. So then I started shaking my head here. The opponent played bishop b2. Like it didn't make much sense because then you could see if I were to, my thinking was that I attack the rook. Their best move would be to attack the queen to sabotage my entire attack. But now they place a bishop that can't be defended. So then if they were to do this, I place my bishop that they're forced to exchange bishops. I go bishop here. And then if they do attack here, I move my queen to create a battery because the rook is on e8. So I'm also proving to my opponent I see the board better. So if we go back, they do a pawn up, like a double fianchetto, it looks like. So yeah. I can name the moves too. Rook e8, a bishop, and then I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. It makes it worse. So I go here. They follow through with the attack, and then I just, in the same amount of time, I prove to them this is worse. Or like I'm proving them, like look at this beautiful game. I now get my knight involved. It's like I had a thing where it's like I don't think knights are good because that mammoth book of chess proves like the knight is too tricky to use. But then unless someone studied it crazily and I was like, it makes more sense. I don't know. But anyway, it doesn't look terrible here. I'm just proving to my opponent that I'm doing preventative defense. So you can play it from the start. This is all preventative measures against the opponent's attack. this position. I believe I just attack the knight. Yeah, I attack the knight. They go that way. If they do take, I figured that my queen wouldn't defend the unreleased attack on the knight. I did want this bishop is back in this pawn, so if they take, and then like something happens, they could take an extra pawn from the fiend kill bishop. So this is really tricky. So maybe in a way playing queen was better because end games are tough because there's 64 tiles to pick from. As you can see here, this is probably not the best move. So like I practice queen end games. So then when this captures, it releases an attack on the knight. But apparently to me, chess is such a good way to keep your mind sharp. Like, my knight was being defended by the queen already, so I'm playing inaccuracies basically. Yeah, so like something like bishop here, like a very simple bishop one up would save me like such a crazy hassle. So like, yeah, so I lose a tempo. I'm playing inaccuracies. So then I recapture here. It's being double attacked. And then my opponent can take this pawn. My thing would then be I place a bishop here. So then if they take this bishop here with a bishop, I take, right? And then if they move up, I take the queen. So if we play it through, like bishop takes e4, I then have bishop f5. So then if they take a pawn, so they win a pawn. If they then capture the bishop and then do rook takes e1, they then take. If they don't take the rook, then they move the king up, and I take the queen. Then they capture here, and then I have a knight fork on knight e3. So anyone watching this game, anyone watched it, will just be like, why didn't this person take a free pawn? Because I have bishop f5. So it takes a free pawn, bishop f5, takes, a fork, and then my queen. So then they can, or they can, they can take the pawn with the bishop, attacking this pawn that's backed by a bishop. So then they take a pawn, attacking this bishop. I then do bishop f5. They could simply put the bishop back. Let's see, rook, queen. They could have taken this bishop. Oh wait, and then so basically, let's just play it out. So I'm like, I blundered a knight, and then I was like, I simply just thought to myself, I can play the bishop backing it. I simply thought that this opponent is a lower rated player. So everything matters in the way that when I was like at my peak, 1243, and I was looking at things, I said like plus 12 elo, minus 5. I was playing like the craziest higher level players. I was like ranked 1100 elo. I was forced to play like 1300s, 1200s. So my mindset was different. I will have to machine learning play the best moves. So what did I do? I simply just thought what the machine would say. Then like for example, maybe way back it just be like, let me just guess the color in black. I don't know, castle. Like stuff like that. So like that was also kind of like maybe unattractive. So then, what would be the best move? Like it's weird because like chess would be all the same like all the time, but then like still like so symmetrical that you can just play all day. Like so many games. Like I don't see why not. I play another one. I just do d6. I just like there's like chess theory. What I read as chess theory, it's all even. like yeah, it's all even. Then I play here. Um, this is really smart by my opponent because now I have this knight fork. They removed the knight fork that kind of wasn't there, but we just minimize everything. So like now they were worried about this knight fork, and so it's like they're now protecting me. So now they're proving that they see the weaknesses as well. So they're playing a different type of chess. So now I take just so long here. I was thinking about rook up f4, but then what if? But then my idea was like, what if someone takes this knight, and then I take, and then I had the rook, and then I would lose. But so as you can see, my very like simple thinking is just the opponent will blunder, but they won't. So yeah, people have gotten better at chess because I played like this before and I won. They would just blunder or something, and I'm like, so then this isn't the best move because they wouldn't take a knight with a queen. And so like I have to think the best of my opponent. That was like something I told myself. So yeah, if you watch my old like documentary, the rise of like my record, you could see like I just think best of my player. Like he's just not gonna take queen takes knight. So chess is really good to keep in mind. So apparently it just this pawn up. Maybe I guess. Apparently it was. But then this is totally fine. It could have been rookie. I don't know. Yeah. So then this knight jumps here. So I didn't even know. But all I know is this pawn was really good, and I just didn't think this was the best move because somewhere this bishop would connect here on the long diagonal. So then I was planning on c6 anyway. So then when they did a knight jump, I didn't think it was the best. I just do c6. They capture, I capture. So it's just knight for knight. This opponent then captures a pawn, and then I capture a pawn, and it is an even game. And then it's just so funny. Cause why? Cause the opponent took my knight without me knowing. The opponent takes my knight without me knowing. Boom. I recapture, they recapture, I recapture. And then look, this is so funny. They can blunder a queen. So then they could blunder a queen at this very moment. But they don't. But isn't that just so funny of a game? Like e4, e5, knight f3, c6, g3, c5, bishop, g2, f6, c3, d5, takes, castle, e4, rook, f5, g5, castle, b3, e8, rook, bishop b2, bishop d4, c4, c5, takes, d3, h6, knight f3, queen d6, d takes e4, f takes e4, f4, f5, e3, rook a d8, d5, c6, queen takes d4, c takes d5, c takes d5, queen takes d5. The queen is backing the rook on a day, and it's just the funniest thing because they took my knight without me knowing. Boom. So they have a chance to blunder a queen, but they don't. So then the recapture happens, and then it's like here I believe I had to play b5. Here I think it's like somewhere my opponent is really advanced. Here's like b5, and then I'm forced to give up this pawn. But I'm like, I don't. But like, I don't know. Grandmaster would probably say like bishop d. I don't know. There's many ways to reroute it, I guess. And f7. But you know, you probably know my thinking where it's like, um, I don't know. I'm way behind on tempo. I love a queen c8, and then I put my rooks on seventh, and it's just like I bait them with this. You know, it's like my forks don't work. Like forking, pinning, sacrificing a bishop, putting a rook against this pawn won't work here. So I play my best here. I'm down on tempo. I'm just down on crazy tempo, and I take way too. And I'm just thinking about this, and I'm like, this is just the right answer. Rook de5. And then this was an interesting moment because I didn't consider this move where somewhere I did think about moving this pawn. So pawn takes pawn takes f3 and then doing a fork. Like if I had my rook, so if I had a rook d2, so if I take rook takes rook d2, next I'm gonna fork. That could have maybe I don't know. That's just my thing. E takes f3, rook takes e8, rook d2, rook takes e7, or something. E takes f3, rook takes e8, rook d2. And I'm gonna fork next. All I know is I was beat here. And then, yeah, maybe I could have had bishop d7. But then I was beat. Then they capture. My thing is like I'm allowing them to blunder. Like they might accidentally take the bishop. It's just that it doesn't work a lot sooner, I guess. Because I used to like I stomped people from like what's it called? Yeah, there's someone I dropped my rating all the way down. I went all the way back up to 1200s. I dropped it all the way back down. And then my second time around, I just did it so fast because the game was giving me like plus 15, minus 6. And I didn't expect players to be like better at this rating 1000. Or at least like more diligent, I guess. But yeah, it just has changed. I didn't think this was the best. Because I have rook after they played rook d1. But I'm down on time, so I'm beat here. So like I do bishop takes. Here's my thing. They take. I do rook check c2. They move up. I then have pawn b4. But then my queen, my king will get checked. So then I'm one tempo down from doing pawn b4. So then king e6. So then they check. I think this is right. King f6. And then they're doing the thing where they're up a pawn and they're going to convert. And I thought about it. If I'm looking to, you know, push b4, that they take and I take, and then it would just be like way too difficult to guard. I'm not sure. Like I'm actually not sure if it's unguardable. But who would? Probably Magnus would know if it even works from this position. You know, like a grandmaster, I'm sure would have looked at the chessboard long enough and just So like I can see you're doing a rookie mistake where it's like you're trying to do this, but then like I guess if I had the time, I could just really play it out. B4, they can never push. All I know is like a grandmaster who studies chess, they would have played out whether or not the endgame position even works. So yeah, maybe I could look review at endgames and stuff. So then they're doing like a rook trade. I probably should just. What do we know about this though? It's like it's so difficult to play because like it's so hard when I played. So at first I was deflated. I'm like I'm down a pawn. Like there's no point. But then I reversed it and I'm like no, like this is actually a really good position. So then I'm like here I'll play b4. Takes. If you bring your king pawn, and then I just misplayed it. You can see like when I thought of something earlier, b4. I was gonna play b4 like if I didn't need if my king was one step closer, then b4, move 33 b4. And like they can never push that pawn, and the pass pawn is just too crazy to guard. So yeah, I was down a tempo. It was like it was maybe when I had my queen guarding the knight, and then the unreleased attack, I didn't have to like. So I moved. Just one tempo down, and then I was like, you want to do what's it called? Oh, you want to draw? I was like, you want to draw with the master? I was like, here, b4. I played this so fast. You want to draw the master? Boom. And then I was like, wait, I just messed up. But then I figured it's actually not terrible. Because then they go there. I have an extra tempo here. They capture. And this. So I was able to gain a tempo back. Like stuff like this matters. I studied stuff like this, like pushing a pawn, bringing their king way far. It's not terrible here. And then they do move 42, a4, and a5. They do the best move. Oh, it probably doesn't. I'm playing a really old version of chess. Maybe. Yeah. Probably. Yeah. I probably still had a chance here. Actually, maybe g4. They bring their king. Yeah, so the only move they had to stop it would be king d3. If they accidentally push, then I have a king. Oh wow! No wonder chess is so played regularly. I'm playing such an old version of chess. Move 42, a5. I had g4. They then had to play king d3. Like I'm playing such a crazy old version of chess that just doesn't work. Yeah, and then I managed to get a promotion here. So yeah, they promote two queens. I have a queen. They then take a queen, and so in this game